Hey class. Alright, this time we are in Kevin's bedroom. This guy over here is the Philly Fanatic. These are all our 2008 World Series bobbleheads. You can see Kevin's name up on the wall. So we're going to get started again today.
Eagles. Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll show that. Eagles Super Bowl champs. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start with number 51, or page 51. Not sleepy. Stella, I say after Julie and her father go home, I can't sleep. Of course you can, she says. You're the king of sleepers. Shh, Bob says from his perch on my belly. I'm dreaming about chili fries. I'm tired, I say, but I'm not sleepy. What are you tired of? Stella asks. I think for a while it's hard to put into words. Gorillas are not complainers. We're dreamers. Poets. Philosophers. Nap takers. I don't know exactly. I kicked at my tire swing. I think I may be a little tired of my domain. That's because it's a cage, Bob tells me. Bob is not always tactful. I know, Stella says. It's a very small domain. And you're a very big gorilla, Bob adds. Stella? I ask. Yes? I noticed you were limping more than usual today. Is your leg bothering you? Just a little, Stella answers. I sigh. Bob resettles. His ears flick. He drools a bit. But I don't mind. I'm used to it. Try eating something, Stella says. That always makes you happy. I ate an old brown carrot. It doesn't help. But I don't tell Stella. She needs to sleep. You could try remembering a good day, Stella suggests. That's what I do when I can't sleep. Stella remembers every moment since she was born. Every scent, every sunset, every slight, every victory. You know, I can't remember much, I say. There's a difference, Stella says gently, between can't remember and won't remember. That's true, I admit. Not remembering can be difficult, but I've had a lot of time to work on it. Memories are precious, Stella adds. They help to tell us who we are. Try remembering all of your keepers. You always liked Carl, the one with the harmonica. Carl, yes. I remember how he gave me a coconut when I was still a juvenile. It took me a whole day just to open it. I try to recall other keepers I had known. The humans who cleaned my domain, prepared my food, and sometimes kept me company. There was Juan, who poured Pepsis into my waiting mouth, and Katrina, who used to poke me with a broom when I was sleeping, and Ellen, who sang, How much is that monkey in the window? With a sad smile when she scrubbed my water bowl. And there was Gerald, who once brought me a box of fat, sweet strawberries. Gerald was my favorite. I haven't had a keeper in a long time. Max says he doesn't have the money to pay for an ape babysitter. These days, George cleans my cage, and Max the one who feeds me. When I think about all the people who have taken care of me, mostly it's Mac, I recall, day in and day out, year after year after year. Mac, who bought me, and raised me, and says I'm no longer cute. As if a silverback could ever be cute. Moonlight falls on a frozen carousel, on the silent popcorn stand, on the stall of leather belts that smell like long-gone cows. The heavy work of Stella's breathing sounds like the wind in the trees, and I wait for sleep to find one. A couple things happen in this part right now. We're learning a lot more about Stella and Ivan. So, first of all, we know the term elephants never forget. We know that Stella now has a great memory. And Ivan has worked on his memory, but Stella says sometimes can't remember and won't remember are two different things. And that's true. Maybe some things have happened to Ivan that he doesn't want to remember. But again, Stella adds that memories are precious. And that's true. Memories are precious. The Beetle. Mac gives me a new black crayon and a fresh pile of paper. It's time to work again. I smell the crayon, roll it in my hands, press the sharp point against my palm. There's nothing I love more than a new crayon. I search my domain for something to draw. What is black? An old banana peel would work, but I've eaten them all. knot tag is brown. My little pool is blue. The yogurt raisin I'm saving for this afternoon is white. Yeah, at least on the outside. Something moves in the corner. I have a visitor. A shiny beetle has stopped by. Bugs often wander through my domain on their way to somewhere else. Hello, beetle, I say. He freezes, silent. Bugs never want to chat. The beetle's an attractive bug, with a body like a glossy nut. He's black as a starless night. That's it! I'll draw him! It's hard making a picture of something new. I don't get that chance too often. But I try. I look at the beetle, who's been kind enough not to move, then back at my paper. I draw his body, his legs, his little antennae, his sour expression. I'm lucky the beetle stays all day. Usually bugs don't linger when they visit. I'm beginning to wonder if he's feeling all right. Bob, who's known to munch on bugs from time to time, offers to eat them. I tell Bob that won't be necessary. I'm just finishing my last picture when Mac returns. George and Julia are with him. Mac enters my domain and picks up a drawing. What the heck is this? He asks. Beats me what Ivan thinks he's drawn. This is a picture of nothing. A big, black nothing. Julia is standing just outside my domain. Can I see? She asks. Mac holds my picture up to the window. Julia tilts her head, squeezes one eye shut, and she opens her eye and scans my domain. I know, she explains. It's a beetle. See the beetle over there by Ivan's pool? Man, I just sprayed for bugs in this place. Mac walks over to the beetle and lifts his foot. Before Mac can stop, the beetle skitters away, disappearing through a crack in the wall. Mac turns back to my drawings. So you figure this is a beetle, huh? You say so, kid. Oh, that's a beetle for sure, Julia says, smiling at me. I know a beetle when I see one. It's nice, I think, having a fellow artist around. Change. Stella is the first to notice the change, but soon we all will feel it. A new animal is coming to the Big Top Mall. How do we know this? Because we listen, we watch, and most of all, we sniff the air. Humans always smell odd when changes in the air, like rotten meat with a hint of papaya. Guessing. Bob fears our new neighbor will be a giant cat with slitted eyes and a coiled tail. But Stella says a truck will arrive this afternoon, carrying a baby elephant. How do you know? I ask. I sample the air, but all I smell is caramel corn. I love caramel corn. I hear her, Stella says. She's crying for her mother. I listen. I hear the cars charging past. I hear the snore of the sun. Bears in the wire den. But I don't hear any elephants.
You said den.
You're just hoping, I say. Stella closes her eyes. No, she says softly. Not hoping. Not at all. Jambo. My TV is off. So while we wait for my new neighbor, I ask Stella to tell us a story. Stella rubs her right front foot against the wall. Her foot is swollen again, an ugly deep red. If you're not feeling well, Stella, you could take a nap and tell us a story later. I'm fine, she says, and she carefully shifts her weight. Tell us the Jambo story, I say. It's a favorite of mine, but I don't think Bob has ever heard it. Because she remembers everything, Stella knows many stories. I like colorful tales, with black beginnings and stormy middles and cloudless blue sky endings. But any story will do. I'm not in a position to be picky. Once upon a time, there was a human boy. He was visiting a gorilla family at a place called a zoo. What's a zoo? Bob asks. He's a street-smart dog, but there's much he hasn't seen. A good zoo, Stella says, is a large domain, a wild cage, a safe place to be. It has room to roam, and humans who don't hurt. She pauses, considering her words. A good zoo is how humans make amends. Stella moves a bit, groaning softly. The boy stood at the wall, she continues. Stood on the wall, continues, watching, pointing, but he lost his balance and fell into the wild cage. Humans are clumsy, I interrupt. If only they would knuckle walk. They wouldn't topple so often. Stella nods. Good point, Ivan. In any case, the boy lay in a motionless heap, while the humans gasped and cried. At the Silverback, whose name was Jumbo, examined the boy, as was his duty, while his troop watched from a safe distance. Jumbo stroked the child gently. He smelled the boy's pain, and then he stood watch. When the boy awoke, the humans cried out, "Stay still, don't move," because they were certain, humans, who are always certain about things, that Jumbo would crush the boy's life from him. The boy moaned. The crowd waited, hushed, expecting the worst. Jumbo led his troop away. Men came down on ropes and whisked the child to waiting arms. "Was the boy all right?" Bob asked. "He wasn't hurt," Stella said, "although I wouldn't be surprised if the parents hugged him many times that night in between their scoldings." Bob, who has been chewing his tail, pauses, tilting his head. "Is that a true story?" "I always tell the truth," Stella replies, "although sometimes I confuse the facts." Lucky. I've heard that Jumbo's story many times. Stella says the humans found it odd that the huge silverback didn't kill the boy. Why, I wonder, was that so surprising? The boy was young, scared, alone. He was, after all, just another great ape. Bob nudges me with his cold nose. "Ivan, why aren't you and Stella in a zoo?" I look at Stella. She looks at me. She smiles sadly with her eyes. Just a little, the way only elephants can do. Just lucky, I guess. Alright, so again, in this part, we see, quickly, Ivan says he's another great ape after all, talking about the boy. So Ivan makes the connection between humans and apes. He thinks that they are connected. Okay? He sees humans, again, sometimes as slimy chimps. Chimps are apes too. So he sees a connection between the humans and he sees a connection between apes. Now, the important thing that we learned in this part of the story is Stella telling us about zoos. She says that a good zoo is how humans make amends. So humans make amends. Amends means make up for something. So zoos, as she says, are safe places to be where humans don't hurt. Remember, Stella has seen a lot of animals be hurt in her life. And she describes zoos as huge wild domains where humans will not hurt. And it's a way for humans to make it up to animals when they put them into zoos. So now we're saying that all animals, and as much as Stella knows, and she's very smart, she thinks that the best place for animals to be is in a zoo. Okay? So that's our story for today. And we're going to continue tomorrow with a new character to our book. So again, I'll say goodbye to my other niece this time too, Echo. And I know my first niece thinks it's so cool that Uncle Kev is doing these videos. So hi to Cheyenne again. And we'll see you in the classroom next time.